This summer, Dad's main problem was that Sonny Perkins has in his contract a highest earner clause, leading to Dad trying to sell the player, which he eventually managed to do, and that allowed Dad to finally buy higher cost players on much bigger wages without decimating his own wage bill. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich activated a release clause in my star striker's contract, literally just days before I had to play Dad in the League Cup. A match worth 2 points to the winner. Dad, you finally said goodbye to Sonny Perkins for the third time.
Yeah, I did want to keep him to the end, but the problem was in his contract, he received the same wages as what my highest earner did.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get players in that were just earning so much money, and he wasn't good enough to be earning that amount of wages.
No one,
so I had to sort of like ask him politely to go.
Yeah.
And he did go in the end.
Reading came in for him 7.5, so it's not like you didn't get anything for him.
No.
Still £7 million profit for Sonny Perkins after that relationship finally broke down. Who knows? Maybe he'll be back on loan or something. I don't know. But that allowed you to sign a striker that you really went in for, Tommaso Raviglioli, at Bologna.
Well, I lost one of my main defenders was a loanee.
Yeah.
So I lost one of my main strikers then, so I had to get another striker in, and I knew I had to strengthen up my attack force, so I had to get this guy in. He's good. So.
He is brilliant.
Yeah.
Great, but with both feet, to be fair. Fantastic physical attributes, the composure, the off the ball, and of course that 17 for finishing. He got 17 goals last season for Bologna in the Serie A, so £28 million is not bad. However, no goals so far.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit disappointed with that.
That is worrying.
I'm just hoping it's just taking a little bit longer to settle in, that's what.
Yeah. Okay, outside of that, though, you did make some other signings. You spent another £50 million.
Yeah.
But you did also sell £54 million as well. Belchitz left for £11.5 million. You got your backup left back there, Davide, who left for another £17 million. Another centre back leaving there for £11 million. Oviedo, which was the striker you replaced for £10 million. And then the CDM for 6.5 because he was 33.
I basically just cleared out what I didn't use last season.
Yeah.
To see which money that would give me, and then I went in for the rest of the players then, really.
Yep, so you got a couple of free transfers.
Yeah, I thought I'd done well with my free transfers, really. This is one of the positions I felt that I really needed to strengthen.
Yep.
This guy was available on a freebie, so I'll just go for it.
Okay, then we got Daniele Gilardi.
Yeah, and I wanted to strengthen my defence up a little bit. I was a bit weak on one side of my centre defence, so this guy was in.
Yeah, and then we got the players that you spent money for. Matthew Bennett-Price from Manchester City.
I was looking for just to strengthen up my midfield. Whether he was going to be a starting player or a reserve, didn't really matter. I just wanted to strengthen it up, so he was a good one to bring in.
Yeah, Welsh as well from Man City because he counts as homegrown. He's come through their youth academy, £26 million, playing the championship last year. Then we have Michael van Eijma. Really sorry. From PSV Eindhoven, £24 million.
Yeah, left back. I saw my reserve left back, so I just had to get another left back in.
Yeah.
This guy fitted the profile, so
and
I went
he's
for
probably
him.
just as good as your current left back, but they have like one's. I mean, he's obviously a lot younger. Same tactic, by the way, Dad stuck with, and Van Eijma goes in. But Yilmaz, who's your original one, is 31. Yeah. Kind of just as good, so they probably were chopping change.
I mean, as of that, I think nearly all the players that I did sign virtually came right into the team, so I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look to see what I've done in the transfer window as well before we have a look at the results, because me and Dad pulled each other in the third round of the Cup. Of course we did. Of course we did in this final season. All right. Now, I sold £100 million worth of players as well. Accidentally lost my star striker. I say accidentally. It was a release clause, so I didn't really have much choice. And Ian Holmes also went out for £27 million. This one was gutting for me because, of course, the last couple of seasons, he's been exceptional for me. 34 goals. That's going to be a lot to replace, unfortunately. Then, at the start of the transfer window, I signed Ray Mitchell from Brighton for £50 million. I needed a better centre-back. He was one of the options that really stuck out because of that homegrown talent, because I brought in quite a lot of foreign players, so registering all of them would have been quite difficult. So he's really good. I like his pace, agility, and balance. That's fantastic for a centre-back. Plays on the right-hand side, which actually I prefer because I had two really good on the left, which is quite unusual. So bringing him in from Brighton for £50 million was definitely worth it. They actually picked him up from Burton for £6 million just 2 seasons ago, so they got a good deal.
Brighton, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Finding hidden gems is what they always do, isn't it? Then the other transfer was another £120 million. The main crux of it was on deadline day, where I signed 2 strikers after losing Jonah. So before that, I realised I didn't have any backups for my fullback, so I brought in 2 players. We got this guy from Lanús, Argentinian Julio Cesar Soler, good left back to be fair, might actually contest my current left back, and Alberto Tovar from Mexico, 24 years of age, can fill in at centre back as well, and he's 6 foot and he's got good attributes there. So
good, yeah.
It made sense to do that, although he's not considered to be a starting player. I think, as Dad says it, a good squad player coming in for just £6.75 million. Definitely worth it. Diego Vargas, I stayed in Mexico and bought this player. A guy who can play from the left or up front. I needed that. I don't have a backup left midfielder. And remember, last year I was loaning players. This year I decided to try and buy somebody because I had the money to do so. Couldn't find anybody naturally who I wanted to bring in because everybody wouldn't have been as good as Tuba, who was my starting guy. So I brought in somebody who's happy to be a squad player who can also play up front too, and that's this man. Now, he only has 11 finishing, but great composure and off the ball. He'll probably get way more chances than somebody who has better finishing and can't finish the ball. And then, finally, the 2 strikers I did decide to bring in. Rafael Benitez from Plymouth Argyle. I almost felt bad taking it off of them. Our hometown club.
I feel bad, but someone else would buy him somewhere as well.
Yeah, he was wanted by other clubs, so I was like, well, somebody else is just going to come in for him. So he had a release clause of £17 million.
His finishing is brilliant, isn't it? So,
yeah, he's fantastic, really. 21 years of age. He's been playing at Plymouth for a while, to be fair, and he got 17 goals for him the season before. I stole him after he'd already scored 3 goals on deadline day for £17 million. So hopefully they had enough time to buy somebody else and replace him. And then, finally, this is the replacement for Jonah. Thomas Kyprianou, who is Cypriot born but English, capped at England because he come through Crystal Palace Youth Academy. 73 million. Last season he was playing the Championship. It's a lot of money, but I think in the long run it could be worth it because he has fantastic composure, fantastic off the ball, and he's got decent physicals. The both feet, being able to play with both feet as well. He tries killer balls off them. He's going to be the creative side of it because I've got 2 very good strikers, just like Jonah was, really. Although Jonah got a lot of goals, he was more of the target forward type of player. This guy isn't that, but he gives me something, a different option, I think. Because our other striker, Fiorini, he's incredible. He's the goal scorer. He's the one with 17 for finishing, dribbling.
21 as well.
Unbelievable player. Great player. He's been suspended for getting a straight red card, but we'll have a look at that in a sec anyway. So that would be my starting 11 if we went with best 11. There's a couple of players who chop and change, like the 2 centre-backs in Alfredo Silva and this guy, who both fantastic players, can come in and switch, so I don't really mind too much where those guys are. Anyway, let's have a look at the fixtures. As I said, myself and Dad drew each other in the 3rd round of the EFL Cup. Dad knocked me out on penalties. Yeah, so as the scores were already very close, with you only being a point ahead of me, that's 2 points for you straight away.
Yeah.
1 for beating me in the game, even though it was on penalties, and then 1 for eliminating me from a cup competition. That's annoying. That is annoying. For me, 85th minute was when you equalised as well, after I went 3-2 up. And unfortunately, my guys absolutely crapped themselves when we got to the penalty shootout because I only had 1 of them score. So that's not good at all for me. Good start for you, though.
Yeah.
And in the league, I've drawn 3 games already and won 1. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure, because 2 of the draws were against Arsenal and Manchester United. 1 of them was against Norwich. So I don't know whether I'm, prepped as having a good season or a good start to the season or not. A 3-1 win against Leicester there, that's not bad. But of course, I'm in the Champions League. I don't know whether it's a bad thing I've decided to go to the Champions League in the final season.
Yeah.
Or not, we'll see, because I very much doubt I'm going to go on and win it. But let's have a look at my fixtures anyway. It would have been much better if I got the Champions League last year and I would reap the rewards of the money this year, but never mind.
Like I did, really.
Yeah, exactly. You had a bigger budget than me. So, PSG, Salzburg, Celtic, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan and Leverkusen the last couple of games. I think I can still go through the playoff bit. The top 24, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Don't think top 8 is possible, but I reckon I could finish in that playoff because Salzburg, Celtic, Bodo Glimt, I think definite wins.
You are an established Premiership side, like.
Yeah.
No, so I think you're right there. I think you could go through on not as in the top 8 though.
No, absolutely. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's have a look at Dad's fixtures then and see how he's got on outside of knocking me out of the cup. It's been a little bit ropey for you. You've had some great games and some bad ones, really.
Yeah.
The 2-1 win against Arsenal was a good start.
I was pleased with that being my first game.
Especially going 1-0 down after 4 minutes. Then you lost to Nottingham Forest 3-0.
That's the game that you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
It's the derby game.
The derby.
Sorry about that, fans.
Not great.
Yeah.
But then you drew against Man City, which...
I was pleased with that one.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And then you threw away to Spurs.
Got tanked by my own team,
Yeah. So, I mean, who's the manager now? Oh, yeah, I forgot it's Erik ten Hag. Oh, amazing. I love going a little bit further into the saves. And like Unai Emery there's at Man City. It's just hilarious, isn't it? Luis Enrique's at Arsenal. And I love seeing stuff like that. Okay, the scores. You're 3 ahead of me now.
Yeah.
I need to pull something massive out of the bag in this final season to be able to say I've won the race to the Prem.
Close, isn't it? We didn't think it'd be this close, did we?
No, especially when I went like miles ahead and then got promoted. I was like, oh, this is dead and buried. But that cup run that you had was crucial getting back in.
That cup run just done me for points, really, didn't it? Just put me right back into it. And then getting into the Premier League at the same time as well. That sort of really helped me then. So.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
10th.
Here we go.
And final season. Let's run it, see what happens. With the scores being so tight, the very late equalising goal in the cup against Dad's Notts County team could literally be the difference. Well, that or the fact that my guys are terrible at taking penalties. But would the Champions League matches be a distraction like Europe was for Dad last year? Or would it be a way to win maximum points? And of course, there's other ways of overtaking Dad on points as well. Not to mention, I still get to play him twice with my new star striker up front. Dad,
Get in.
beat me by 1 position. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, no way. So I would have got European football next season, but Man City finished in 9th place. Man United finished in 16th, and they're somehow still qualifying for European competitions.
Mate, my finish, look, I won every game at the end of the season.
Wow. And I lost 2, which dropped me out. Look, that's so annoying. 3 points, just 1 win between us. Out of that. Right, okay. You lost 12 games in total. Whoa, there's 1. There's 1. I don't know whether it would have shown both. I'm not sure whether that's 12.
Yeah, sometimes it don't, does it?
Yeah.
Unless you go on the games that I won, then I'm there.
But I lost 13. Oh, no. You get 2 points for that. I get 1 point for that. So I need to have done big in FA Cup. Knocked you out of the FA Cup or something like that to stand a glimmer of hope. Profile, though, you've got Rava Glioli there. We haven't got any other players. I mean, my Cypriot strikers down there with some of the player of the matches. He got the 3rd highest, so that's not too bad.
No.
But nothing else. Right, we're on Wrexham. We're Champions League football, of course. We need a cup win, though. Oh, I know I wasn't going to win the cup. I don't know what I was talking about, but runners up!
When I seen that cup there, I thought you'd done it. Mate, you got to the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Jesus! How did I do that?
Imagine if you'd won that. You'd have done me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so the FA Cup, Man United. That's why, obviously. That's why they qualify for Europe. To finish in 16th place. Done by my own team. Unbelievable. The FA Cup final. Oh, that's so annoying. Semi-final by PSG.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky.
6-4 or 6-1 on aggregate. Sorry,
you had them in the
final game. In the group stage.
Group stages.
Yeah,
well,
let's have a look at the group stage then. So as I predicted, I went up through that. 1-4, lost 4. So I lost against the teams probably I'd expect to lose to.
You lost against PSG there as well.
Yeah. Other than Shakhtar, maybe I'd have hoped to have beaten them. Yeah, because I beat Leverkusen instead there. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Really good performance. First time ever in the Champions League, getting 12
points.
points.
Be able to get in the semi-final of the Champions League.
God, yeah. So into the knockout playoff round where I eliminated Inter Milan.
Wow.
After they beat me in the group stage. Not bad at all. That's a big name to knock out, and
especially when it's over 2 rounds as well.
Yeah, so that's got to be. I know obviously they count as English, but surely that's got to be the first time a Welsh side has got to the knockouts of the Champions League.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Because I know Swansea qualified for Europe. It wasn't the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's mental. Round of 16, we've got knocked out Porto.
That's a good result.
Yeah,
as well.
another former winner of the Champions League. Quarter-final, another former winner, AC Milan. I was taking some big names on my way, and then unfortunately come up against. I mean, it would have been ideal if I come up against Napoli. If it was Napoli, then I'd been like, possible.
Yeah.
But those 2 teams there, PSG and Real Madrid, probably a little bit too much of a stretch, and that was a hell of a final as well, 3-2.
So you lost against the winners.
Yeah, lost against winners in the Champions League final.
You got to be happy with that.
Absolutely. Okay, let's find out how you got on in the FA Cup. Who knocked you out? Maybe it was me. No, Newcastle. 4th round of the FA Cup when I was eliminating Swansea. So that was a Welsh derby there, yeah. Quite interesting. In the 3rd round, I knocked out Bradford. I knocked out Blackburn. You knocked out Bradford. And then in the 4th round was where you got eliminated. I knocked out Ipswich in the Championship. I had an easy run. Oh no, I didn't. Then I had champions Chelsea, who I knocked out in the quarterfinals there. So that was a good result for me. And the semi-finals, I obliterated West Ham 4-0 in there. Wow, Man United get an easy draw luck, but Leeds in from the Championship. I mean, I guess it's never going to be easy because Leeds Man United is always a bit of a tight game. But yeah, what a series!
Oh, I would have never thought it was going to be that close.
No,
not with the budget they kept on giving me. I didn't think I was going to pull it back.
No, not at all.
I mean, that cup run in that one season won the whole series for me, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to make the save game files available so people can have a look at it. Dad's got £40 million there if they wanted to carry on with Dad. And I have 58 million. So we mentioned, obviously, that Champions League money was going to help goals-wise.
But when you look at the two teams now, I think both of us have got hell of a good squads.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, the players that we've got are just getting better and better. And they are quite young as well. Some really young players in there. So you can have a lot of fun with, to be fair. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's take a look at the point system, the final point system. I think we know we won, but it'd be interesting to see the points. And then we'll have a bit of a wrap-up because we've got a bit of an announcement. So stay tuned for that. Yes, congratulations to Daryl. He managed to defeat me in that league match and propel himself above me in the table. Although as it comes to an end, it didn't matter too much as the 2 points for the earlier cup elimination was enough, as I only finished on 26 points, whereas Omega Dad finished on 30. Now, it's time for our big announcement. So Dad, yeah, you end up beating me by 4 points, which is further apart than what I thought it was, but that final season, you done me there quite. That elimination from the cup, and then obviously, I mean, we found out as well, the game that you beat me in the league was just 2 games from the final end of the season, which...
And I beat you by 3 points.
Yeah, and I was ahead at that point. Yeah. So I was ahead in the league form.
Well, like I said, I won my last 5 games, so that run-in just helped me beat you by in the league,
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see there, we did a little bit of a switch over. I even dropped down a further position, down into 9th place after that loss, but I managed to recuperate and win my final game. I just kept on
getting better and better as the season was going on, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so, the announcement. You guys have kept on saying, well, this needs to be more than 10 seasons. We were only ever going to do 10 seasons.
Yeah.
And that's because what we've got coming next is even better. So 2 announcements in 1. This is why you need to be subscribed to this channel right now, because you do not want to miss what's coming up next. Of course, this is the 10 seasons of Race to the Prem. However, we do other things that you guys love, like versus rebuilds. You guys kept on saying, why don't you do 15 seasons? Why don't we do the next 5 years as the next versus rebuild?
What an idea that is.
So that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
We've got one coming out, which is coming out on Christmas Eve as a retro versus rebuild. Then the following one after that is going to be 5 extra seasons of Notts County versus Wrexham. So you can see what happens for the next 5 seasons, but also technically this series ends. And that is because the second announcement is we're about to start the new series.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
This is something I've been wanting to try, but like I said to you at the beginning, I wanted to get better at doing this. So I understand it a little bit better, and I'm at the level where I think I can go for it now.
I agree, because now we're going to be starting a versus Glory Hunter. Yes. We're going to be starting at teams in the top 5 divisions, not title contenders. Well, title kind of contenders, not the favourites.
Yeah.
And it is either whoever gets the top 5 titles, the top 5 cups, and the Champions League and Europa League first, or whoever can get the most in 20 seasons. We're going to be moving clubs all around Europe. We might not ever be in the same league. That's a possibility.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
But it's going to make for a lot of fun if we end up being in the same league at some point, trying to stop each other from winning Glory Hunter.
No points involved, it's just trophies in the cabinet.
Just trophies in the cabinet, exactly correct. Just like the points that we've got here, we're not going to do that. It counts as trophies. So I hope you're as excited for that. We're going to start that very soon, so make sure you are subscribed and keep an eye out for that one. Anyway, if the versus rebuild is out, I'll put it on the screen right now for you, but if it isn't, then why not watch this video instead? Cheers, guys.